Okay, so let us start with what is an ecosystem. Okay, so ecosystem is a structural and functional unit of ecology where the living organisms interact with each other and the surrounding environment. म्हणजे जे काही लिव्हिंग ऑर्गॅनिझम्स जे आहेत इन्व्हायरमेंट मध्ये, सो दे इंटरॅक्ट विथ each other and they also interact with surrounding environment. Okay, so here in another words, an ecosystem is a chain of interaction between organisms and their environment. So the definition is in other words. Okay, so basically the first in the first definition I have told you that it is a interaction between the living organisms and environment. So again it is a organisms and their environment. Okay, so the ecosystem first coined by A.G. Tansley, and English botanist in 1935. तर त्यानं 1935 साली ती इन्व्हेंट केली, किंवा इन्व्हेंट केली म्हणण्यापेक्षा ही एक ब्रँच आहे आणि या ब्रँचचा अभ्यास झाला पाहिजे बॉटनीमध्ये. हं? असं त्यानं त्यावेळेला म्हणलेलं आहे. ओके, सो हिअर I hope that you have understood the ecosystem. Okay, so now let's see the various types of ecosystem. Okay, so now there are two types of ecosystem. So an ecosystem can be as small as oasis in a desert or as big as ocean. Okay, spanning thousands of miles. So there are, I already told you that there are two types of ecosystems. First one is terrestrial ecosystem and second one is aquatic ecosystem. Okay, now let us see the first one. So now again I repeat that ecosystem is a chain of interaction between living organisms and their environment. Okay, so the environment in which they are living. So now there are two types of ecosystems: terrestrial ecosystem and aquatic ecosystem. Now let us see the first one, terrestrial. Okay, so what is meant by terrestrial system? So terrestrial ecosystem are exclusively land-based ecosystem. These are different. There are different types of terrestrial ecosystems distributed around various geological zones. So basically, terrestrial ecosystem is completely based on land. That's why it is exclusively land-based ecosystem. And there are four types of terrestrial ecosystems which are based on land. Okay, so first one is the forest ecosystem, second one is the grassland ecosystem, third one is the tundra ecosystem, and fourth one is the desert ecosystem. So all these four ecosystems are based on land. That's why they are called as terrestrial. And these are the subtypes of terrestrial ecosystem. Understood up to this point? Okay, so now let's see each subtype of terrestrial ecosystem. First one is the forest ecosystem. Now, forest ecosystem consists of several plants, animals, microorganisms that live in coordination with the abiotic factors of, of the environment. So, what is mean by abiotic factors? Biotics means uh, the things which are or the living things. Okay, Biotic. Okay. I'm talking about biotic, jaivic. Okay. So abiotic means non-living things. Ajaivic. So what is the example of no abiotic factors? Abiotic. No, no, no. Microorganism, they are living thing. Biotic. What is abiotic? Abiotic means sand, land, water, rocks, environment, soil, solar radiation. So these are the abiotic factors. Okay. So now what is forest ecosystem? Again, I repeat, it consists of several plants, animals, and microorganisms that live in coordination with the abiotic factors of the environment. So in order to live or in order to survive, they have to coordinate with the abiotic factors of the environment. Okay. So forest help in maintaining the temperature of the earth, and it is a major carbon sink. So all of you know that forest or a trees absorb CO2 and they emit oxygen. Okay. So they are called as carbon sink. So that is the function of forest ecosystem. Next one is the grassland ecosystem, which is subtype another subtype of terrestrial ecosystem. Okay, what is grassland? A grassland ecosystem, vegetation is dominated by the grasses and herbs. Okay, so they will grass ecosystem will consist of various types of grasses and herbs. Huh. So there are different types of grasses that are available on the earth. So they will all come under grassland ecosystem. Okay. So now third one is the tundra ecosystem. Now tundra ecosystem are devoid of trees and they are found in cold climates or where rainfall is scarce. Okay, so where the rainfall is less or where the climate is cold, so that ecosystem is called as tundra. Okay, so these are covered with snow for most of the years. The ecosystem in the arctic or mountain tops is tundra type. Okay, so most of the land that is covered by snow or there is very less rainfall. Okay, or the mountain tops. Okay, so these are the example of tundra ecosystem. And last one, that is the fourth type. Okay, that is the desert ecosystem. Okay, so desert are found throughout the world. These are regions with very little rainfall. The days are hot and nights are cold. So you know the environment of desert. Okay, so that is the fourth one is the desert ecosystem. Okay, now all these four subtypes are of the terrestrial ecosystem. Okay, so second type is aquatic ecosystem. So first is terrestrial, second is aquatic. So now what is aquatic ecosystem? So it is a ecosystem which present in the body of water. Okay, so again it is further divided into two types. First, fresh water ecosystem, and second, marine ecosystem that we are going to see later. Okay, so just I will just pause here for a minute so that you will be able to read this particular slide. Okay, so just go to the document or the slide so that you will be again able to read this. Otherwise we will move to next slide, or if you have any doubt you can ask me. So just go to the slide or read the slide. Okay, shall we go to next slide? Is it okay?
Yes.
Okay. So first one is the freshwater ecosystem and second one is the marine ecosystem. Okay. So these are the two types. Okay. Under aquatic ecosystem. Hmm. So let us so what is, first of all, let us see what is freshwater ecosystem. Okay. So here freshwater ecosystem means it is a ecosystem in which aquatic ecosystem that includes lakes, ponds, rivers, streams and wetlands are included. Okay. So these are these don't have any salt content in contrast with the marine ecosystem. Okay, that is the major difference between freshwater and marine, because these waters don't have any salt. Okay. So what about the other one, marine ecosystem? So marine ecosystem includes seas and oceans. So they have more sustainable salt content and greater biodiversity. There is a greater biodiversity in comparison to the freshwater ecosystem, since the area is more of marine ecosystem than freshwater. uh, so there is a greater biodiversity present in marine ecosystem. Okay. Then I hope you have understood the ecosystem definition of ecosystem, then various types of ecosystem, various subtypes of ecosystem. Okay. So next part is structure of ecosystem. Okay. Now, structure of an ecosystem is characterized by the organization of both biotic and abiotic components. So this includes the distribution of energy in our environment. It also includes the climatic condition prevailing in that particular environment. Okay. Now the structure of ecosystem can be split into two main components. First is biotic components and second is abiotic component. So let us see what is meant by biotic and what is meant by abiotic. Okay. So the biotic and abiotic components are interrelated in an ecosystem. It is an open system where the energy and components can flow throughout the boundaries. So I told you the difference between biotic components and abiotic components. Okay. So I hope you all understood. Okay. So now this is a figure which will have any, or which will give any idea about the ecosystems and its types, and then finally the producer, consumer, and decomposers. Okay, so here ecosystem bifurcate into abiotic factors and biotic factors. Okay, so biotic factors is divided into three branches, that is producers, consumers, decomposers. Okay, so again they are subdivided into primary, secondary, and tertiary. Huh? Okay, so in below there are specific names, so you can go through the specific names. Okay, so here let us see the biotic components. Okay, so I have explained you that biotic components refer to all life in an ecosystem. Okay, so based on the nutrition, biotic components can be categorized into autotrophs, heterotrophs, and saprotropes. Okay, so these are the three uh, categories which are defined by biotic components. Okay, so here producers include all autotrophs such as plants. They are called autotrophs as they can produce food throughout the process of photosynthesis. Consequently, all other organisms higher up on the food chain rely on the producers for food. So, producers means they will produce the food, and all other secondary, uh, what you can say, secondary elements be that will be dependent on the producer. Okay, consequently all other organisms higher up on the food chain rely on the producers for food. Next, so the second level, consumers. So what is that? Let us see. Consumers, which is also called as heterotrophs, are organisms that depend on other organisms for food. Consumers are further classified into primary consumers, secondary consumers, and tertiary consumers. Okay, so let us see the consumers. Okay, first of all, and their role. What do you call it? Their role. Okay, so here uh, primary consumers are, they are called as herbivores, and they rely on the producers of the food. So they will rely on the producer. Second, secondary consumers, they depend on the primary consumers of energy. So they can either be carnivore or omnivore. Okay, so these are the secondary consumers. Third, that is tertiary consumers. So they are the organisms that depend on secondary consumers for food. Okay, tertiary consumers can also be an omnivore. Okay, so they are also called as omnivore. Okay, and finally the last one, that is the quaternary consumers. So they are present in some food chains. These organisms prey on territory consumes of energy, Then furthermore, they are usually at the top of the food chain as they have no natural predators. Okay, so that is about the quaternary consumers. So these are the four levels, and the last type, that is uh, decomposers, the third one. It includes it includes uh, fungi and bacteria. Okay, so they directly thrive on the dead and decaying organic matter. So they will live on the dead or decaying organic matter, or they will decompose the body. Okay, so decomposers are essential for ecosystem as they help in recycling nutrients to the reuse by plants. Okay, so that is about decompose. Okay, so just go through this slide, just go on reading this particular slide. I will wait here for a while and then I will continue. Okay, so any doubt in this slide? First of all, yes, any doubt? Hmm? So just go to the slide, okay? Then I will explain you the next one, okay? So just try to read this slide. Ah, bola. Yes. So have you gone through this? Okay. So shall I go for next one? So what we have seen two types, abiotic and biotic. Okay. So under biotic, there are producers, consumers, and decomposers. Decomposers will decompose the thing actually, or they will give nutrients to soil and water. Okay, that we have seen. Then let us see the abiotic components. So I have already told you that abiotic means these are the non-living things. So what are those? It includes air, water, soil, mineral, sunlight, temperature, nutrients, wind, altitude. Okay, so these are the various abiotic components, non-living. Okay, so Next is functions of ecosystem. Now we have to study, or we have understand what is ecosystem, what are various types. Now next part is what are various functions of ecosystem, what exactly they perform. Okay. Now the first function is it regulates the essential ecosystem ecological process, supports life system and renders stability. म्हणजे काय, ही जी काय आपली इकॉलॉजिकल प्रोसेस आहे किंवा इकॉलॉजिकल सायकल आहे, ती सायकल सपोर्ट करते किंवा ती सायकल मेंटेन ठेवते. ओके. सो this gives you the stability. Next, it is also responsible for the cycling of nutrients between biotic and abiotic components. म्हणजे मी मगाशी तुम्हाला सांगितलं की शेवटचा जो काही थर्ड टाइप आहे डिकम्पोजर्स. तर इथं काय आहे, तर जे काही बॅक्टेरिया जे आहेत ते डिकम्पोज करतात आणि जे काही न्यूट्रियन्स जे आहेत ते न्यूट्रियन्स हे सॉइल आणि वॉटर ह्याच्यात न्यूट्रियन्स त्यांना ते देतात. तर सो इट इज अ इट इज अ रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ऑफ द that particular decomposers or the bacteria to cycle the nutritions. Okay. And it is an exchange between biotic and abiotic components. Third, it maintains a balance among the various trophic levels in the ecosystem. So now it maintains the balance means uh, suppose आता उंदरांची संख्या एकदम वाढली. हम्म. काही वेळेला तुमच्या कधीतरी तुम्ही वाचला असेल किंवा बघितलं असेल, एखाद्या सजीवाची जर एकदम संख्या वाढली, उदाहरणार्थ उंदरांची संख्या वाढली, घुशींची संख्या वाढली, तर काय आहे, आपली जी काही इकोसिस्टीम आहे ही सगळी इनबॅलन्स होती. कळते. म्हणजे इथं प्रत्येक सजीव हा दुसऱ्या सजीवावर अवलंबून आहे किंवा एखादा सजीव हा दुसऱ्या सजीवाचा अन्न आहे. तर ही जी काय संख्या आहे किंवा ही जी काय सायकल आहे, ही सायकल मेंटेन ठेवण्याचं काम जे आहे ही इकोसिस्टीम करत असते. आता एखाद्या सजीवाचं, उदाहरणार्थ उंदरांचं, उदाहरणार्थ सापांचं जर प्रमाण वाढलं तर काय होऊ शकेल, तर वेगवेगळे प्रॉब्लेम्स आपल्याला क्रिएट होतील. एखादी गोष्ट जर अति झाली तर त्याचे प्रॉब्लेम्स क्रिएट होतात. कळते. तर ही सगळी सिस्टीम आहे, सिस्टीम स्टेबल ठेवण्याचं काम हे इकोसिस्टीम करते. ओके. फोर्थ, इट सायकल्स द मिनरल्स थ्रू biospheres. Okay, so it gives various types of minerals. Fifth, abiotic components help in synthesis of organic component that involves the exchange of energy. Okay, so these abiotic components that help the synthesis of organic components and it exchange the energy. Okay, so these are the various functions of ecosystem. Okay. So what is the another importance of ecosystem that we are going to see? Important ecological concepts. आता जी काही फूड चेन आहे, आय वॉज टॉकिंग अबाउट द फूड चेन, व्हॉट इज दॅट? सो let us see that first of all, then we will understand what is it clearly. Now the sun is the ultimate source of energy on the earth, no doubt. It provides the energy required for all plant life. The plants utilize this energy for the process of photosynthesis, which is used to synthesize their food. So by using the photosynthesis process, they will create their food. So during this biological process, the light energy is converted into chemical energy and it is passed on through the successive levels. The flow of energy from the producer, now the producer is sun, to the consumer and eventually to the apex predator or detrivore, that is called detrivores, that is called as food chain. Okay, so here dead or decaying matter along with organic debris is broken down into its constituent by scavengers. So this is the specific word for that. The reducers then absorb these contaminant constituents. So reducers means the various bacterias. Okay. After gaining the energy, the reducers liberate molecules to the environment, which can be utilized again by the producers. So what is it exactly? We are going to see in this figure. Okay. So this is the food chain. So this is the grass. You can see here grass that is produced with the help of sun radiation by using photosynthesis process. Now the grasshoppers eat this plant. Okay, this is the grasshopper. So this will eat the grass. Now the mice eat the grasshopper. Okay, this is the grasshopper, and the mice will eat this grasshopper. Then snake will eat this mice. Then the hawks, they will eat the snakes. Okay, and when the hawks dies, the fungi break the bodies down and turns into the molecule. So bacteria will decompose that particular body of hawk and they will give the nutritions to the environment. And finally, the nutrients along with the sun and water causes the grass to grow. Okay, so this is the food chain. Now what is producer? What is consumer? Okay, so this is the producer and this is the consumer. Last, this is the decomposer or reducer. Okay, the bacteria that breaks the body of hawk. Okay, now next importance of ecosystem is in the uh, they are represented by they can be represented by ecological pyramids. Okay, so what is mean by ecological pyramid? So it is a graphical representation of number, energy, and biomass of the successive trophic levels of an ecosystem. Okay, so it is just a graphical representation. Okay, the biomass, number, and energy of organisms ranging from the producer level to the consumer levels are presented in the form of pyramid. Hence, it is known as ecological pyramid. Okay, so ecological pyramid consists of producer for producers followed by the primary and secondary consumers. The tertiary consumers hold the apex. So at the top of the pyramid, there would be tertiary consumers. In some food chain, the current quaternary consumers are they are at the very top or very apex of the food chain. Okay. So here the grasshoppers fed on the crops such as cotton and wheat. These are the these are fed by cotton and wheat. So now they are eaten. Now the grasshopper, they are eaten by the mice. Okay. The next. Now the hawk will eat the mice, and finally, for this mice, after some years, they will dead, and the various bacteria they will decompose, or they will eat the bodies of hawks. Okay. So now the bacteria will remove the nutrients to the environment. Okay. So this is the process. Okay. So this was about the importance of ecosystem, importance of food chain. What is food chain? We have seen. What is the ecological parameter that we have seen? Okay. Any doubt? Okay. So